Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Sports Buzz with me, Deepika. Now, India has already created history, securing its highest number of shooting quotas in the upcoming Paris Olympics. India has won 19 Olympic quotas out of a maximum possible of 24. An Indian shooting star, Ria Rajeshwari Kumari, became the second Indian woman ever to win an Olympic quota place in women's trap event. Not only this, she also bagged a silver in women's trap in Asian Games 2022. We got in an exclusive conversation with Ria, who talks about her dreams, preparations for Paris Olympics, and a lot more. Let's take a listen. Hello and welcome to our special segment of Paris Olympics 2024. Right now, I am joined by Ria Rajeshwari Kumar, who has qualified booked a quota for Paris Olympics in the sport of shooting. Thank you so much, Ria, for joining us and giving us your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ria, first of all, tell us about your journey, and especially when we talk about the picture that inspires you the most of your grandfather when you look at it. Did that make you join the sport of shooting?
Yeah, it's just, there's this photograph of my grandfather presenting my father the medal at his Asian Games and my grandfather was the president of the Olympic Council of Asia. So there's this photograph just as you come up the stairs in my house. I've been looking at that photograph since I was a child and wanting to be in that exact same scenario. So yeah, that pushed me to follow in like my father's footsteps, and how should I place it? Like in my ancestors' footsteps.
And also when we talk about, the legendary background, the legendary support you have from your father, from your grandfather, and it's always a moment of pride, a factor of pride rather, when we talk about that you're coming from such a legendary family, and also a bit of pressure also. How does that make you feel, and especially you being the women participating in such a sport, having such great support already?
So in the beginning, I used to feel pressurized because when they used to look at me, they used to wonder whether I shoot like my father or am I like my grandfather. So earlier it was a lot of pressure, but now I just think that it's a lot more support. It's just that, like it's in my blood. That's how I take it. And it's been a great support to have that backing, emotionally and mentally especially. And talking about women in sports, my grandfather, my father's Masi, she used to shoot. She's the one who took my father to the shooting range for the first time. So it's never been a very big thing that, a girl is going to shoot or like a girl is going to be with a gun now, because there's this photograph also, since we're talking about photographs and how they inspired me, there's a photograph of my father's Masi in a sari with the same, shooting the same spot I shoot. So yeah, it's been great. Like it's been a great inspiration.
And also when we talk about your training moments, I'm sure a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill has been imparted from your father, and few learnings from all your fellow shooters as well. Tell us about your best and the worst moments that you have witnessed over the years while you were training.
The worst moments are obviously after a competition when when you've lost or you had a really bad competition and you're doubting yourself, you're doubting everything, and it always goes to, do I have it in me? How is this going to happen? And so to come out of that is a very like, I really don't know how to explain it. It's really difficult to come out of that. It's like going through a depression each and every time that happens. But then you have your highs, so it's great. So the worst moments for me were, it's a combined moments. I don't have like one worst moment right now, touch wood. I think not something that I can recall. But the best moments were the best moment for me was when I was shooting and I had first broken the national record, and my father was standing at the back and he was there to see the whole thing. So that was my best moment.
And now coming on to Paris Olympics, first of all, take us through the moment when you eventually booked a quota for Team India at the Paris Olympics.
It was at the World Championships in Baku in August, and I was in that zone that they say is the athlete zone, and I didn't really know that I was winning the quota. I didn't know I was getting into the final or anything like that. But my team, they cheered for me from the back, and I mean, it's when I see the final again, I look at the back, I look back in the final, and I'm staring at all of them, and they're saying that, you know, like they're standing and cheering. So I got to know that I won the quota at that time. But my coach was there, my personal coach was there, our Indian coaches were there, my teammates were there. It was a really emotional and high moment.
And interestingly, India has also created history by booking the maximum numbers of quota from the sport of shooting for the upcoming Paris Olympics as well. Do you think the support that has been extended by the government over the past 8-9 years and the changing infrastructure has helped the sport of shooting develop in a better way?
Yes, you know, we've had major support from the government and from our federations. It's like, I can't talk about the past, but for now, it's been, you know, anything that you want, you get everything. You have support staff, you have like the top scheme, you have Khelo India. There's just so much there now for sports that it just really helps develop you from just being a lost person on the, like, I mean, I remember when I first went there, I was like a lost person, and now when I think about it, like the amount of support the juniors have with the government and stuff is really amazing. So it really does help, because maximum amount of quotas I think are 25 and below the ages of the shooters is, and we always said that shooting was a sport which you matured into, but it's amazing. I think they're just maturing earlier thanks to all the support that we've been getting.
And how are your preparations for the Paris Olympics going on?
It's going great, and I'm just taking it one day at a time with all the plan that has been given to me by my full team. So I'm not going to talk much about it, but it's just I'm doing my best.
All right. And also, because we are not going to take much of your time because you are in the middle of important preparations and mental stability and healthy mindset is also very much important. Now, since we know that the 18th Lok Sabha elections are coming and they are around the corner, and the voters, especially the youth, play a key role. And you are the youth icon for many young shooting stars, many sports fans out there. What do you have to say to the first-time voters for the upcoming 18th Lok Sabha votes?
I love the line and the hashtag and the campaign that's been going on saying Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye. So please go out there and exercise your right to vote.
And also a quick last question from you on being fit, because the central government, it has been running a campaign called Fit India Movement. They've been emphasizing on many different initiatives also. Champion Speak is one of them, where the champions like you, they go out to the people and speak and, you know, inculcate a sense of Fit India. What do you have to say about that?
I think it's a great movement. It's so nice to have that awareness, and it's so nice that the Prime Minister has brought it, like he's done it himself. And when he speaks about it, of course, the entire India listens. And it's so important to be fit. I mean, even sports is all about fitness. So each and every individual, like each and every child in schools, they are talking about it. Like everybody's talking about Hum Fit to India Fit, and you know, like stuff like it's a great movement.
All right. Thank you so much, Ria, and all the very, very best to you for the upcoming Paris Olympics and other future international events as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Moving on. San Franciscans of all ages